Hey there viewers, Eric O here, Self-Made Auto. Welcome back, and we've got a new one today. I've got this Buick LeSabre here with a 3.8 naturally aspirated engine. I think it's the VIN K. And the lady dropped it off and says she's constantly having problems with it, just running kind of rough, revving up and down and just kind of erratic, and it's stalling and just carrying on. And it happened for a couple days. Well, finally the engine light came on and it kept stalling on her, so she dropped it off, doesn't dare drive it anymore. So I've got a little bit of time to check it out and bring it in, and I pulled it in and I read the codes out of it, and it has a code for the mass airflow sensor, and then it has a code for running lean, and I think that was it, but I assume they're kind of running hand in hand. So I thought I'd just bring it along. We're going to grab the Veris, we're going to hook it up, going to plug into this mass airflow sensor, see what the data looks like on that, and well, just see what we find. Okay, so we're over here by the car. It is a 01 LeSabre. It does have 104,000 miles on it. I'll show you what codes it has in it. So here we've got the airflow signal low, and if we just look at all the powertrain codes, test fail, we've got a lean code, EGR. Go in here and check the history codes. Yeah, it looks like this mass airflow sensor's kind of been plaguing this thing, and that's the reason the engine light's on right now. So let's have a look at that. Let's get some I'll get some data pulled up here. Well, for some reason the only thing they display on this, I guess, that we're allowed to look at is the grams per second. So let me go ahead and fire this thing up. Let me pop this up here and a little bigger. It's the only thing we're going to be looking at, so. He's a little bit noisy, but kind of looks here to me that this mass airflow sensor is stuck. This thing sounds terrible. Well, let's check our wires here going to it. This thing sounds hideous. Old power steering pump screaming. The car's all rotted out pretty bad. So I don't know. We'll see. See if we can't figure it out. Hopefully she wants to buy this airflow meter if that's what's wrong with it, or maybe we'll get lucky, match us a wire for it, but I doubt it. Everything looks pretty good, just kind of visual inspection, but doesn't sound that great, that's for sure. Now let's see if we can do some testing on this thing. Anyway, I got the mass airflow sensor unplugged, and at the suggestion of a viewer, I now use the component tester so I can display our scan data and a graph on the same page, and that's really awesome. I always use just the scope multimeter. You can't do it with that. You actually have to go into their component test section. So I'm going to unplug this mass airflow, and let me make sure I got the key on. We're going to check, make sure we got 12 volts in the ground there at the sensor. Key's on. I'm going to take our pink wire here should be our battery positive. The center wire is going to be the PCM ground, so let's see what we have. You can see here on the scope we're putting out 12 volts. So, well, now that we know we have our 12 volts and our ground going to it, what we can do is, this is a frequency generating sensor. So it's, your typical GM hot wire mass airflow sensor. So theoretically we should be able to back probe the signal wire, hook our other ground lead to a ground, and being that it generates a frequency or a digital signal, we should be able to look at that on our scan tool, and that signal should change with engine RPM and mass airflow, or airflow across the sensor. So I'll take and back probe the yellow wire here. And then just key on engine off. We should get a frequency signal, and then that should change and when we start the vehicle. So and we do. This is what we'd expect to see. So let me go ahead and start it. looks to me like this mass airflow sensor is toast. It's not changing in frequency or amplitude. I think those are the correct terms to use in reference to you know, measuring on a scale like this. And being that it stayed the same, you know, probably if we looked at, you know, at the hertz, the frequency that this is putting out, and compared it to whatever it takes to equal the, I remember what it was, 48 grams per second, you know, that's probably going to coincide. So I'm going to say the mass airflow sensor is junk. I'm going to get a hold of this customer, see if she wants to get a new one, see if Advanced Auto has a new one they can ship up to us, and if they do, we'll put it in, use the same test, check out the new one, and hopefully we're right. Well, she said do it, but look what we got. Dorman. That's French for El Junco. I hate Dorman stuff, but this is all they had. She really wants her car back, so thing's probably gonna crap out in a week. Hey, look at this. Comes with a free socket, tamper-proof socket. So not only can you change your mass airflow sensor, you can take the doors off a bathroom stall in your favorite high school. There it is. Let's get this baby popped in there. I think the best thing we could do is utilize their bit they send with it, see if it works. If it's like anything else dormant, it won't even fit. And just so you guys know, we're gonna bring old Junior along here to help us. Oh, it fits. Can't believe it. Wow, the sensor actually fits in the hole. It ain't gonna work. I can't find my back probe. There she is. Well, let's see what we got. Plugged it in and didn't catch on fire. Let me turn the key on. Well, the key's on. Let me try this again. The key's on, and we got this all set up on the same scale as we had it before. And we can see that the graph even looks different. So let's go ahead and fire this up, and then we'll probably switch over and look at the frequency scale. I tell you what, before we do this, I'm going to take and get the scan data pulled up on the screen too. Well, I went ahead and fired this rattle trap up. We can see our mass airflow sensors, 3 nobles right on the money. So yeah, we got 3 grams per second sitting here at an idle. We can see our lab scope over here checking the frequency on the sensor. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over so we can look at the actual frequency reading of it instead of the voltage graph here. So a lot of times on GMs, you can, I think, GMs I'm thinking of, you can actually look at the frequency of the mass airflow. We can actually compare it to, you know, what we're seeing here on our lab scope. So I know this is hard for you guys to see, but it's actually, this is the kilohertz scale here, and it's running about 2.02 kilohertz, which is what we would expect to see. And you know, that should also increase as we give it some throttle. Better shut this thing off before it blows up. Well, I'm a little shocked. First of all, I'm shocked that the Dorman sensor worked. And their screwdriver didn't break. Their screwdriver bit. And Earnhardt Jr., well, he didn't let us down, so there's a couple good things there. But then again, it is Dorman, so it'll last about a day and a half and it'll break, but maybe not. I'm just being a whiny pants, a little whiny baby. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to GM mass airflow sensor testing. I didn't get real in depth in that, did I? I probably shouldn't even post this video, but it's late in the day. I want to get this baby wrapped up and get this back to this lady. This car sounds pretty bad. But I don't think she has a lot of means to, pour into it. She's a little hesitant on fixing the airflow meter. I did give her the option of just driving around with it unplugged. But she didn't want to fix that, so the car would quit, stalling and going all haywire there when it was idling. So it sounds like it's got some power steering issues and a bunch of other stuff. It's loud. I don't know what it's going to sound like on the video, but it doesn't sound that good. There's quite a bit of smoke coming up from the burning oil, and it's pretty rough. Rockers are rotted off it and all that stuff. So, but we just do what we're asked to do and keep moving forward. So anyhow, hope you got a little bit out of this video. I'm not real sure. Got a little bit of a headache today. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I probably am. Oh well. All right. We're gonna wrap it up here. So anyhow, viewers, thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes on Facebook. We're getting a lot of those, so that's pretty cool, and we appreciate those. We thank you for your support and donations that you give us here, and helps keep us motivated, keeps the camera rolling, and this YouTube's been a whole lot of fun. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around and subscribing to our channel. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.